Multiplying by multiples of 10.
How can we multiply single-digit numbers by multiples of 10?
We have used base 10 blocks to help us understand math concepts. This unit block represents 1, this rod represents 10, and this flat represents 100. We've also learned how to multiply numbers by 10. 1 times 10 equals one group of 10, which of course equals 10. 2 times 10 equals two groups of 10, and that equals 20. 3 times 10 is three groups of 10, which equals 30. Notice the pattern. Anytime we multiply by 10, we stick a 0 at the end of the number we multiplied by. So 1 times 10, well, here's our 1, and there's the 0. 2 times 10 equals a 2, followed by a 0, 20. And 3 times 10 equals 3, followed by a 0, 30. Interesting pattern. Let's find out what happens when we multiply by multiples of 10.
We can find multiples by skip counting. The multiples of 10 are 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and 90.
3 times 20 means three groups of 20. Let's see how many that is. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. 3 times 20 equals 60. I notice that 3 times 2 equals 6, and I still have that 0 on the end from the 20, like when we used to multiply by 10. Let's see if that happens in our next example. 4 times 30 means four groups of 30. Let's see how much that is. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120. 4 times 3 equals 12, and we stuck the 0 from the 30 at the end of 12 to make it 120. I think we just figured out a mental math strategy. When multiplying by multiples of 10, multiply by the first digit, then stick the 0 on at the end. Miss Curley instructs her class to multiply 5 by 4 tens. She then says to multiply 3 by 3 tens. Write the math sentences and solutions for these problems. There's two parts to this problem, so let's underline what's important. First, we need to multiply 5 by 4 tens. After that, we're going to multiply 3 by 3 tens. Now we can write our math sentences. When we're multiplying 5 by 4 tens, we know that 4 tens is the same thing as 40. So we'll write 5 times 40. Let's see what this looks like. When we count all of those, we see that we have 200. 5 times 4 equals 20, and don't forget that 0. Now for the next part of the problem. Multiply 3 by 3 tens. 3 tens are the same thing as 30. We need to find three groups of 30. When we count those tens up, we see we have 9 tens, which is 90. 3 times 3 equals 9, and don't forget about that 0. The math sentences that Miss Curley asked her class to write are 5 times 40 equals 200, and 3 times 30 equals 90.
In this lesson, you learned how to multiply single-digit numbers by multiples of 10.